you ready? I hope you're okay. That was one hell of a high note. That was like so high. It hurt my throat.
That's what she said.
I'm so childish. I'm so sorry. Hello, how are you? I hope you're okay. If you've read the title, yes, it's true. If you knew me and you've been here for a little bit, I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. I know why I'm doing this to myself. I'm doing this to myself because I've read 2 cool books by Coho and I absolutely love them, Verity and Lila. And then Regretting You, I liked. Heartbones and Without Merit were okay. A little bit childish, a little bit immature, but fine, I guess. Where's my ring? Where's my pinky ring? Cool. And I'm holding on to a hope that maybe doesn't exist. The more I read, the more I realize that it maybe just doesn't fucking exist. And like after the monstrosity that was Confess and Ugly Love, I got so many comments saying like, oh my god, you should read Too Late, you're gonna hate it. I like can't wait to see your negative reaction to Too Late and to I forgot This Girl or That Girl or Your Girl. There's like this series with Coho that goes like that, like, oh miss, your girl, I forgot the name of the series on the books, but I remember one of them is like called Too Late, and I don't know, like after those 2 I'm hesitant. Literally after Lila and Verity, I would just like see a Coho book and not think twice about it and pick it up and I'm happy. And even Regretting You was cool and I liked Regretting You and whatnot, but then Confess, what was that, girly? What was that? No, like it was awful, horrible. Ugly Love was awfuler, horribler. I don't understand the hype around it. So I'm gonna do it again, but this time with the Hopeless series in hope that it's going to give me some hope, but I think it's gonna make me hopeless. But I'm gonna do it anyways because I feel like it, and also because this is my channel and I do whatever I want because it's mine
and I am the god of my life.
Oh my god, I'm going to a blasphemous place that I shouldn't go to because my thoughts are so dark right now. No, in all honesty though, I'm actually like excited about this because like I have hope for this. The back of the book says, sometimes discovering the truth can leave you more hopeless than believing the lies. This is giving me Confess flashbacks, and I don't know how I feel about having Confess flashbacks. Anyways, that's what 17-year-olds... Oh no, Lord, 17. I don't like reading books by iffy authors about like younger characters because they're just like immature as fuck. Oh, it doesn't do well with kids. There's something in that phrase that doesn't sit well with me, but she doesn't do well with like, I don't know, like even her older characters are immature. Like we literally had a 23-year-old fucking grown-ass woman. Yes, get it, she's still young. 23 is fucking young as fuck, but we still had a grown-ass woman with responsibilities and everything saying, he looked at me and heart equals butter. What the fuck? Still had a grown woman that I forgot how old she is in Confess that stayed in the middle of the road saying, I'm the queen of rhyming, it's all about the timing, and that scarred my brain and I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. It just was so hard. 17-year-old Sky realizes after she meets Dean Holder, a guy with a reputation that rivals her own and an uncanny ability to invoke feelings in her she's never had before. He terrifies her and captivates her all in the span of just one encounter. And something about the way he makes her feel sparks memories from a past that she wishes could stay buried. I'm not gonna read the back of Losing Hope. I know this one is meant to be read after Hopeless, so I don't want any spoilers, but we're gonna start Hopeless and I'm gonna see you in an update. Hello, my cum stays. I finished. Let's just focus on the book and not on my words or my mouth or the words that come out of my face. It was a roller coaster, so let's just talk about the roller coaster. I know I'm not going blind. It's just that my bangs are too long and I was scared to cut all of them because I actually like the wispy thing. I cut my bangs again, if you haven't noticed. From the beginning, it was a good start. That's like my first note. This is a good start. And finally, again, after the monstrosities that were confessed in Ugly Love, I was shocked, and in a good way. I was like, oh my god, this is a good start again. It started off with a gripping start, and we've seen that with Ugly Love, I think, but then we ended up on a disappointment route, so I wasn't like super happy because I didn't know where we were headed, and I was a little bit disappointed afterward because it started getting slower, and I was like, uh-oh. No. And then we got more of the main character. So it starts off with this mysterious setting with the main character breaking everything in someone's house and then someone coming to take her away, and it's confusing and mysterious, and I loved it so freaking much. I was like, I like this. Finally, yes, a gripping beginning. And then we got to know more about the main character, and she is giving pick me. She's giving, I'm not like the other girls galore. The pick me vibes were strong with this one. I am actually gonna cut shorter bangs. I look so freaking cute. I like them. Also, the cringe. I was thinking about this happily, and I'm not mad about this because it actually got better, but starting this, it wasn't looking that good, apart from the beginning. The cringe. The freaking cringe. She's homeschooled, right? And this is her first time going to public school and like meeting new people and like discovering so many new things. And then she was like, he's looking at me and he bought me lunch? And it's literally written like that with 1,000 exclamation points. Like, okay, he bought you lunch. It's not really that it's not like you're looking at a tray in his hands. He obviously bought you lunch. Maybe he wants to be friends with you. Like, you're in public school. It's not that surprising that people from the school would want to talk to you or whatever. Like, you're the new kid, you know what I mean? So it was just a cringe factor. There's this thing with media in general, not just TV, but books, series that I've been noticing, and it's annoying me so much. Because it's like they want to focus something like on teenagers. They want it to be YA, so it would be like consumed by a larger audience, and it would be allowed to be watched and consumed by a larger audience. And this is one of them. And then it literally makes these 17-year-olds drink and do this and that. And I'm like, this is not children. Like, this is not teenage. And it's like, it's weird because they want to go all adult, but they don't want to do that because the audience of YA is more, it's bigger than if you were to promote this as a adult fiction. At first, it was nothing special, not super cringy, but still gave me the icks, gave me the yucks. It gives me the ews sometimes. I do gotta say though, there were a lot of unnecessary parts that left me feeling uncomfortable and I just felt off about them. For example, I hope Brecken can fill her shoes, and she's right now talking about the new best friend that's filling the shoes of her old best friend, and Brecken is a gay character. And she says, I hope Brecken can fill the shoes. Well, he would probably love to fill her shoes. Like, okay, because he's gay, he must love to dress in feminine clothing. That just like comment made it feel like a type of person trying to appease a type of person, if you know what I mean. It made me feel a little off. Okay, he's gay. That doesn't have to be everything about him, and it wasn't. I'm happy that it wasn't by the end of the book. It really wasn't his whole like entire personality, but it started off that way, and the comments she was making about him, like, that was really just unnecessary. There was another stereotypical thing with the dumb blonde, and it was so dramatized to the point where I just wanted to skip that whole part. So she meets her, she was one of her classmates, and she meets her in a grocery store, and she's like, she doesn't remember her name, she doesn't know what her name is, she doesn't know who's speaking to her, she like gets everything wrong, she doesn't get anything, and her name is Shania or Shyla. Someone talks to her and he goes, okay, Shania, and she goes, it's Shyla, not Chania, and then he goes, your name tag says the opposite though, and she looks at it and she's like, oh, okay. Like, really? Is she really that dumb? Like, did you have to make her the blonde dummy? Was it really necessary? And this main character is so freaking like and she like just thinks so highly of herself that she literally called this Shania girl dumb like 70 times, 70 different ways in 2 minutes in a grocery store, and then had the audacity to say It's pretty hard to speak and hold your breath at the same time. It's literally not. It's literally how you speak. When you speak, you don't fucking breathe. You stop, you breathe, and then you speak. And I'm not fucking breathing when I'm speaking. I'm like letting out breath, and I'm not breathing. That's why you feel out of breath when you're done speaking, because you're letting out your breath. You're not breathing.
You push out sound using your fucking breath. That's why you run out of breath, you dumb bitch. Like,
I don't know if Shaina would recognize me. That was more than 24 hours ago. I doubt she has enough brain cells to recall stuff that happened from that long ago. Like, was it necessary? That wasn't one. It wasn't funny. Two, it was really fucking stupid to say. Three, you don't know this person, you just met them, and literally like the entire school was bullying her and leaving like notes that calling her a slut or whatever across like her like every day. And that's the only person, the second person that spoke to her gently and was just trying to be her friend or whatever, and you do this? Like, that just gave me an iffy feeling. That gave me, I'm not like the other girl, but she's also a bully type of girl, and I just did not like her. The way he looked at me, it was so weird. It was like I told him I was born with a penis. Okay. It went on to talk about self-ending later on, and I did not like how it talked about it. At first, it was romanticized so much, but it was immediately fixed like 2-3 pages after it. And I love that inclusion, because not a lot of people include that, like the contradiction feelings that the people that are left after someone takes their life have. From going to, this is the bravest person I know, to I hate their guts, this is selfish, why would they do that? Like that, it's like the emotional roller coaster. It was done here. It's annoying seeing what obviously is a man hiding a huge secret be called as passionate about life. He's literally lying to you, and you're the only person that's not seeing it. And she calls him, I love his passion about life, after he literally like stormed out of the school because he saw her wearing something. Like, he saw her wearing it and he was like,
where the fuck did you get that? And she's like,
what do you mean? No one gave it? What do you mean?
And so he goes, where the fuck did you fucking get that? And then he runs away, and she's like, I
love his passion about life. So cute. Now, I swear to God, if she called him my hopeless boy, this hopeless boy one more time, every ending of the first few chapters, she was like, I'm grateful that this hopeless boy found his way into my life. And then another chapter, it ends with, I'm thinking about how this hopeless boy is gonna ruin my life. Like, we get it? Please stop. Like, he's the, you know, crazy, mysterious character that we can't get, but is obviously hiding a secret. You don't have to like rub it in your face. You can just, Colleen Hoover has this thing, which is like, do the cliche stuff, but actually like writes them to you. Like, I am morally gray and I am mysterious. Hello. That's how she does it. She doesn't really does it with their actions. She just does it with words. I don't know if that makes sense. By the little bit, like this much, like we got to the middle and then some, I started loving this because it got so serious and it got so freaking layered, and I love layered books. This is what I've been waiting for with Confess with Ugly Love, with the shit that I've read from Coho, where I talked about one-dimensional characters. This had so many freaking layers. At first it was a cringe fest, yes, but then it was so layered. Like, we started getting more from Holden, and we started getting so many conflicting feelings that are so freaking understandable, so necessary to the story. It's not like, my sister killed herself and I'm sad. It's so much more than that. It's so much more than that. If any of you unfortunately went through the death of someone that took their own life, you'd know, I freaking know, like, you'd know how conflicted it is, how like confusing it is, how much of a roller coaster you must go through each day, like from Holden and his conflicting feelings and his past merging with the present day, to Sky and her plethora of feelings that are so freaking contradictory that it's like super realistic. Because she had something awful happen to her, like something awful happened to her, and you can see like the connection. I figured it out like as soon as we started reading, because I was like, okay, no, she has trauma, that's why she's like this, right? You have to have drama. That's why you're like this. Like, you're not just gonna give me this character that's obviously has so many layers and then just stop there. And she didn't stop there, and she actually gave me the layers I was looking for. So this ended up being 4 stars. I'm so freaking happy that I finally found another Coho book. That is 4 stars. And I'm so hopeful now. I'm super hopeful now. Next up, I'm gonna be jumping straight ahead to Losing Hope. I have no idea if this is like a continuous stuff of the story, but the name Losing Hope is giving me past story. So the back of the book says, with Holden's help, Sky uncovered shocking family secrets and came to terms with memories and emotions that left deep scars. And yes, she did, and I loved that so much. I actually would recommend this. Hopeless was Sky's story. Now, in Losing Hope, we finally learn the truth about Dean Holder. Haunted by the little girl he couldn't save from imminent danger, Holder's life has been overshadowed by feelings of guilt and remorse. He has never stopped searching for her, believing that finding her would bring him the peace he needs to move on. Holder reveals the way in which the events of Sky's youth affected him and his family. It's given unnecessary. It's given like, I don't really want to know this. Like, he found her and they're cool now and they're happily ever after. They're probably fucking in the fictional world that they live in. And I don't really need to know what happened to him. But I still want to read it because I was interested. And I want to uncover more about his background. Not really, actually. I'm like trying to pretend that I want to because I want to get excited about reading the book. Because I'm really not that excited about reading the book because I already know what happened. I'm literally still shocked. Like, this was so layered. There's so much, and we kept getting more and more. Like, the household that she lives in has secrets, and then the past has secrets, and then it has more secrets, and then it leads to more secrets, and then there's more secrets, and then Dean has more secrets, and then the secret that Dean has another layer, and it was so good. I love layers. I love this. I was waiting for this. So we're gonna start the other one, and I'm gonna see you. Hi. I literally just finished it. I'm perplexed in a good way. So in Losing Hope, we follow the POV of the main male character that we met, knew, and actually really liked in the first one, Hopeless. And I thought I was gonna start this and I'm gonna be like, this is really unnecessary. Like, I had a lot of hope. I was scared that it was gonna be a little bit unnecessary, and I was gonna have like I was gonna keep thinking that we could have had this as a dual POV in Hopeless and we would have been done with it, but I didn't feel like that, not even one bit. That being said, there was, I was gonna say there was, and then I started saying there were, and then it was there was. So there was some parts that have been said and talked about in Hopeless that I ended up like skimming past in Losing Hope because they were literally copy paste, but other than that I didn't get the sense of this is unnecessary. It was sort of a slow start and I was a little bit indifferent to it, but I think it was because I was just finished with Hopeless and I'm reading these back to back. Choosing to read these as one complete story and not like a series or a duology, I refuse to acknowledge this as a fucking duology, okay? But the bigotry in it did last. I'm not saying anything, I'm not accusing anyone of being anything, but that's just how it felt for me personally. To quote, one look at his hot pink shoes and matching pants would tell me that I have nothing to worry about from him. This is when Dean Holder meets the gay best friend that we meet in Hopeless, and literally he looked at him and it's like, one look at his pink shoes and his matching pink pants. Like, I get it, like, do you, whatever, that outfit probably rocked, it probably looked like shit. Like, why did it have to be the only gay character that has pink shoes and pink, and it was so overboard, like pink nails, pink shoes, pink pants. People like, I'm not a fucking mango, not a mango. What's the animal, the pink animal? A mango? Not a mango's an animal, is it? A leopard? A shrimp? No. I'm not a fucking flamingo. There was one point that was mentioned in Hopeless, and I ignored it because it wasn't like that much, right? But in Losing Hope, it's so much because it's from his POV. This man, Dean Holder, every time he's about to fight someone, he mentions his size. Every time he's about to fight someone, every time he's like, not that he has an advantage over me because I'm bigger than him. Every time there's like a little bit of tension with someone or whatever, he has to mention that he's bigger physically than this man is fucking Hulk. This man is the Hulk. This man is the BFG. I have an advantage size-wise. Not that he has an advantage of me size-wise. Well, I'm bigger than him size-wise. Every time. Even when he reminisces and tells stories about his past fights, it's like, I was bigger than him and I ended up almost like killing him. And like, what are you? The fucking Incredible Hulk? What are you? Literally, what are you? You're an 18-year-old child. You are an 18-year-old child, my dude. You just turned barely legal. You are a fucking child. So that bothered me a little bit. It might have. Not that I would show it. There are a lot of skippable parts, which was okay. A lot of parts were okay and a lot of parts that I just didn't really care about and like skimmed through them. When I got to the ending, even in Hopeless, like I knew everything that happened. The twists, I knew everything that happened. Reading it again in Losing Hope still gave me a lot of anxiety and a lot of heart palpitations and a lot of feelings. Even though I know what happened, I know what is about to happen, I know who did what to whom, it still gripped me and it still made me feel the feels, which is so freaking good. It's amazing, not just good for the book, because it means the plot is good. The plot said, sweetie, I know what I bring to the table, baby, and I'm not scared of eating alone. Even made me like look past the cringe shit, the cliche shit, the cliche gay best friend, the cliche boyfriend that is bigger than fucking everyone, the cliche I'm not like the other, the cliche everything. It made me look past it. The plot served. She ate, and I was there for it. Part of the end, and this is just based on the story, not writing wise, not editing, but part of the ending can be so freaking annoying to a lot of people, and it is so annoying to me because one of the characters, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but one of the characters is a garbage of a human being. One of the characters is a rabid piece of shit. One of the characters is a hot pile of garbage that a starving raccoon will not touch, and they don't get what they deserve. And that just irks me. That just like annoys me so much because it's definitely a happy ending. It is a happy ending, but it's not enough. It's not satisfying enough. Like I wanted them to suffer and they didn't. But I wasn't as annoyed by it because it's also really realistic. And what happened is realistic and plausible. Of course, it's contemporary, so... But I don't know, it was necessary, I think, for the plot because it gave a lot of options. Because now, after reading the ending and what happens, you close the book and you feel like these characters have a lot to go through in this universe, even though they're in a good place right now. But they still have a lot of healing to do, a lot of peace to find, and I like that because it's not like a beginning, a plot, and then close the book and that's it. This one, it was like banging on 3, maybe 3.5. The ending, and there's a little teeny tiny bit of the twist, and honestly, I thought it was unnecessary, but I still liked it. Like it was just added there like last minute. That's how it felt. It just was unnecessary in my opinion, but I still really enjoyed it. It like let us know a character that we didn't know more about, we didn't know much about, and I actually enjoyed it. The ending might be totally dumb and unnecessary, but I like it nonetheless. Character-wise, this is I think one of the best that we've seen from Coho when it comes to the characters. These are the like exception in her characters that actually have something to them, that aren't a piece of flesh walking, that actually have some depth, some background to them, and aren't just, you know, a character full of cliches and cringe shit. They feel stronger than the few books that I've read recently by Coho. Story-wise, she ate, she gave, she's here, she's not going anywhere. She is the full fucking 7-course meal. She's not a snack, she's not a first meal, she's not an encore, she's everything you fucking want and more. The plot? Loved the plot. Writing, I liked it. Still some cringy moments, but I liked it nonetheless. Finally, the Hopeless books, not series, the hopeless books. I recommend, actually. It has the memory proof stamp of approval proof of books. It's patented. Patented. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this, and I hope it was entertaining to you. I love you so much, and I'll see you next video. Okay, bye.